The moment Lucifer lost God's attention, he was still standing in heaven, but heaven had already stopped looking at him. Like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to the Bible Project for more cinematic journeys through Scripture. There is a moment the Bible never dramatizes with thunder. No trumpet blast, no war cry, no announcement echoing through eternity, just a silence. A moment when a being created to reflect God's light realizes the light is no longer facing him. This is not the story of when Lucifer fell from heaven. This is the story of when he fell from God's attention. And Scripture suggests those two moments were not the same. Tonight, you will step into that silence. You will see the subtle fracture that preceded the rebellion. The unseen turning point when pride was noticed, but not interrupted. And why losing God's attention is more terrifying than losing his favor. The height of light, before there was rebellion, there was brilliance. Ezekiel 28 pulls back the veil not as mythology, but as lament. You are the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. Not a demon, not a monster, a masterpiece. Picture it, a being moving through heaven like living fire. Every step releasing sound, every movement refracting color, stones of fire beneath his feet, light bending around him. Not away. He does not chase glory. Glory follows him. He is called the anointed cherub who covers. Covering is proximity. Covering is closeness. Covering means standing where few can stand, near the throne, near the presence, near the unbearable brightness of God. And God is not threatened by him. God created him. He is trusted with beauty, trusted with influence, trusted with visibility. But Scripture slips in a single line like a hairline crack in marble. You were perfect in your ways until iniquity was found in you. Not introduced, found. The birth of a private thought. Pride does not arrive shouting. It whispers. Isaiah 14 lets us hear the internal monologue heaven never heard out loud. I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit on the mount of the congregation. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Notice something chilling. There is no request. No rebellion yet. Just self-direction. 5 I wills. Lucifer does not deny God's existence. He recenters it. This is where many imagine God reacting instantly, striking, interrupting, correcting. But Scripture records something far more unsettling. Nothing happens. No lightning, no confrontation, no correction. He continues to move among the stones of fire, continues to minister, continues to shine, which tells us something terrifying. God noticed the pride, but did not stop the process. When heaven doesn't interrupt you, this is the moment most people misunderstand. God's silence is not always approval. Sometimes it is distance forming. Lucifer is still in heaven, but something has shifted. The nearness is different. The covering feels thinner. The attention is no longer focused. God is not reacting emotionally. He is responding judicially. Because Scripture reveals a pattern. God does not always judge rebellion at conception. He allows it to mature. Why? Because exposure requires time, and judgment must be justified, not just visible. Lucifer is being watched, not warned, and that is worse. The most dangerous kind of freedom. There is a freedom more dangerous than bondage. The freedom to continue. Lucifer's wisdom begins feeding his pride. His beauty begins convincing him it is self-generated. His influence begins demanding recognition. Ezekiel says, "Your heart was lifted up because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor. Notice the sequence. Beauty, pride. Pride corrupted wisdom. Corrupted wisdom, self-deception. He does not feel fallen. He feels ascended, and God is still silent. That silence is not absence. It is restraint. Heaven is allowing the rot to reveal itself. The moment God stops contending, Genesis 6 contains a sentence that echoes far beyond humanity. My spirit shall not always strive. There comes a moment when God stops contending and starts permitting. Lucifer crosses that line internally before he ever crosses it militarily. The rebellion begins after the attention is gone. Because when God stops striving with you, you don't lose existence. You lose alignment. Lucifer is no longer flowing with heaven. He is moving against it. And now, war becomes inevitable. War was not the beginning, it was the consequence. Revelation 12 does not describe the origin of rebellion. It describes the result. War breaks out in heaven. Michael and his angels fight. Lucifer, now Satan, and his angels fight back. But by the time swords clash, the verdict is already settled. He is no longer fighting for a position. He is fighting from rejection, and he was cast out, and his place was found no more in heaven. Found no more, because it was lost long before the battle. The most terrifying part, here is the revelation that should slow your breathing. Lucifer did not fall because he sinned once. He fell because he refused correction in silence. God did not destroy him immediately. God stepped back. And when God steps back, creation collapses on itself. This is why Scripture says judgment begins quietly. The most dangerous moment is not when God confronts you. It is when He lets you continue uninterrupted. Why this story is for you. This is not just about angels. It is about leaders, worshipers, gifted people, successful believers, people who are still active, but no longer aligned, still shining, but no longer submitted. Lucifer lost heaven before he left heaven, and many lose God's attention long before they lose God's presence. The warning is not, don't fall. The warning is, don't drift, while assuming silence means safety. The silence that still speaks. Somewhere in eternity, there was a moment when heaven kept functioning, and one being realized the light was no longer centered on him. No announcement, no explosion, just distance. That was the moment Lucifer lost God's attention. And Scripture leaves the story here, not to terrify you, but to awaken you, because attention can be restored through humility, alignment can be recovered through surrender, and silence does not have to end in exile, but it must be responded to. If this story stirred something in you, stay with us. Subscribe to The Bible Project for more cinematic journeys through Scripture. Stories not just to watch, but to wake you up.